Okay, today we are going to cover automation workflows, automation flows in a DTC scenario. Now, what do I mean by that? When a customer visits a website in the DTC context, their basically journey includes three specific stages: before placing an order, during the stage they're placing an order, and then after they have placed an order. So, in order to communicate effectively and to improve customer relationship, customer experience, and conversion rates on the website, there are a number of automation emails that are supposed to be sent out that we should kind of consider based on this information. So let's take a look at it from a step by step basis. So, first of all, the customer journey starts when they visit the website, whether it's by an ad, whether it's by a content piece, whether they came searching for it, whether they were actively looking for the product, they were recommended by a friend. Either way, they would visit a website. So let's take a look at this context here. First of all, before they place an order, the objective for the brand is to create awareness, turn strangers into first time customers, and build a social connection with the customer. Now, in order to do that, the specific flows that we recommend include three core flows. One, a welcome email flow. Now, generally, this flow is for first time subscribers only. People that have already gone through the welcome flow, we generally tend to avoid getting them back in, because the welcome flow is meant to indoctrinate them into your brand story, communicating who the founders are, communicating what your best selling products are, and communicating the best possible deals slash scenarios in order to convert them into the first time customer. So once a user has gone through a welcome flow, we filter all users, if they have already gone through the welcome flow, to go through some other flow so that they don't see the repeated messages for the brand slash best sellers, etc. So welcome flow typically can be anywhere from 3, 4, 5 to 10, 12, 15 emails, depending on how long do you want the customer experience to be, and how effective is the rest of your conversation, how effective is the rest of your website. Now, with that being said, typically once they have gone through the welcome flow, they've looked at your products, the next stage is they click on the email and they go to your website. Now, they look at a product, they add the product. Now they're in the while an order is being placed stage. But now, if you imagine if they did not do that, imagine if they did not go through the site, if they're not opening your welcome emails, you still want to include them in that flow, right? So that's done using a newsletter. For all DTC brands, we have seen significantly high results and conversion rates when we start sending out a weekly newsletter. 4 or 5 core emotions that you initiate in the newsletter: education, entertainment, value. And value could include discounts, value could include freebies, value could include knowledge, as I said, in education. And then, of course, things that surprise them slash awe-inspiring elements. So there are a number of elements that we do in a weekly newsletter. And again, that's not part of this conversation though. But typically, welcome flow, a weekly newsletter are two context specific email flows that you can send to a user once they have, at least until the point that they have not become a customer. A third flow before they start buying from you is when they notice something that's out of stock on your website and they basically just want that product. Now, in general, if you look at the structure, most email services set a back in stock flow based on the product coming back in stock. So if a product is out of stock, you see an alert on the website that says, let me know when the product is back in stock. Users enter their email address, and the email service will now trigger a first email automatically as soon as that product is listed back in stock. Whether you use Shopify, Magento, it doesn't matter. But that's basically the way back in stock works. What you can do is add a couple of emails right after they signed up, offer a discount or a better deal, and therefore keep them in the conversation, even if your product gets restocked 60, 90, 180 days later. So those are the emails, the three flows or the three type of emails that you generally engage the users in before they have made any relationship or kind of a product related activity on your website. Now, let's say your emails are starting to bear fruit. Your email content is starting to drive traffic. So they looked at the welcome email, they liked your brand story, and they're considering the product. Now they're actively in the product consideration stage. So they came to the product page. Now, at this stage, there are two options. If they leave from the product page without taking any further action, clearly there's missing information. There is something that's prompting them not to add the product to the cart. It could be the pricing, it could be the shipping details, it could be discounts, it could be a number of things. So at this stage, you start something called a browse abandonment slash site abandonment flow. This flow is triggered automatically, but only for known users. Email services like Klaviyo do that a very good job at it. So once you have a user that you know that has clicked on one of your emails, so the cookies are tracking that user, you're able to essentially answer most common questions in your browse abandonment flow. You don't necessarily have to give a discount, but you have to look at it like this: what prevented them from adding the product to the cart? Generally, it's lack of information, such as shipping, returns, refunds, etc. It's not really usually a deal, but if there is a deal situation, we'll come to that in a separate conversation. But for now, browse abandonment flow should cover those 3 to 5 emails. Now imagine this: for a minute, they liked everything that they saw on the product page and they added the product to their cart. The moment they added the product and did not finish the checkout, you add them into something called a cart abandonment flow. At this stage, you eliminate them from all the activities, you eliminate them from newsletters, you exclude them from welcome emails, you exclude them from back in stock flow, because now they're at the hottest stage. They're the most intentful stage where they are completely, I mean, they're clearly interested in the product, they've added to the cart, but something is preventing them from buying. What's that? What could that aspect be? Once again, it's not generally a discount. People became smarter a few years ago when they started to add products to the cart, hoping that in the next 24 to 48 hours they're going to get a discount. But that does not happen anymore, because people are now, brands don't offer discounts, brands offer value, they offer content, they offer freebies. So basically, abandoned cart is primarily for two reasons. One, the shipping costs are too high. In fact, statistically, shipping is one of the most prominent reasons why people abandon carts. Besides shipping, there is obviously price could be a factor. The factor could be return policies. It's not clear on the product. How long will the shipping take? That information is not clear. So those are kind of almost bottom of the funnel conversations that the customer is kind of worried about. So you need to address those in your abandoned cart flow. So after these two flows are completed, let's imagine that the user ends up placing an order with you. So at this stage, they're obviously a post-purchase customer. Now you basically handle at least 3 types of emails when they are actively in your conversation messaging system. So first of all, let's log 0 to 14 days post-purchase. Customers buy on emotion but justify on logic later. So when they look at your products, they like what you're offering, they like the value they perceive they would get from it, and they spend the money. Now, in psychological terms, it's called the peak and the pit. The peak is when their desire is at its high. They might get a deal, they might get a discount, they might get a bundled offer or something. But the moment they placed an order, they're in a pit because they just used their credit card and they got an alert. So they spent the money. At this stage, the biggest goal from the first 3 to 5 emails, or at least 2 emails, is to eliminate the buyer's remorse. That's what we call a pre-arrival sequence. It's part of the post-purchase flow, but we call it pre-arrival because until your product is in their hands, they have no way to feel the peak once again. Your job as a brand marketer, as a DTC marketer, is to make sure that every part of your customer journey ends with a peak experience, because if it ended in a pit experience, you're going to end up losing them as a customer. So the peak experience would mean you would essentially justify their decision to make a purchase in the pre-arrival sequence. You would notify them about shipping delays or shipping timelines, etc. You would offer them support options that whenever the product comes, this is how you're going to support. You give them options to get ready, like share a couple of user-generated content pieces suggesting this is how other people have used the product, this is how other people have shared unboxing videos, etc. So now they know that they have made the right decision because the company is providing support even before the product arrives. They know that other people are doing it, so there's social proof, and they know that they made the right decision because you are offering them advice on how to make the best use of the product even before the product has arrived. So that stage leads them to the user generated content flow. Now this is once they've received the product, they've gone through the peak of experiencing the product, and now they're either not satisfied or they are. We are not going to cover the customer service conversations in this discussion, where if they're not satisfied, they reach out to your team, you handle that conversation and bring them from pit back to the peak. But once that happens, then you bring them into the user generated content flow. This is where you request them offer them a discount or something, but this is where you request them to give you user testimonial. You offer them incentive to give you a tag on social media. You ask them for a video of using the product. Either way, the user generated content can be an extremely solid driver for future growth for top of the funnel. A lot of the brands end up using a lot of this content for Facebook ads to drive the first users into the funnel. So that's the next stage of the post purchase conversation. Now, after about 2 weeks, they have used the product, they're satisfied, things are going well. Now comes the stage where you start to cross sell, upsell slash cross sell. So if they have bought a technology product like a printer, then you might want to upsell, cartridges or a subscription for cartridges. Or if they have bought beauty products, if they bought skincare products, you might want to upsell or cross sell an applicator brush. You might want to upsell some sort of a mask. So those are the kind of things that you start engaging them with after about 14 days. And once that stage is complete, once those 3 to 5 emails have been sent out where you have exhausted the options for upselling and cross-selling, then you move them into a brand ambassador slash rewards flow. Now, this is where you start offering them loyalty slash rewards points. Now, obviously, everybody should automatically be signed up for a loyalty rewards program the moment they signed up, because people love gamification. So if you keep showing a leaderboard and the number of points that they have accumulated and how many points do they have left before they go to the next stage of rewards, people would want to participate in that gamification. People love competition. So at the same time, offering them a reward for a discount for life if they become a brand ambassador. So they would get, let's say, 5, 10, 15% discount, and friends and family, they can recommend at a specific discount, or probably earn money if they recommend customers to you, if they refer business to you. So those are the 3 or 5 emails that you include in the brand ambassador slash rewards flow. Now, after about a month, 30 to 60 days after the order, your job is to increase retention. Your job is to increase, renewals and reorders. So depending on what the life cycle of your product is, if it's a skin cream, takes 30 to 60 days, you need to start sending them replenishment reminders. How long would it take generally? Because that information should have been communicated in the pre-arrival sequence. Your pack should last about 30 to 60 days, and we will let you know before your pack is over, so that you don't have so that you can continue. There's no discontinuation in using the product. So now the replenishment reminders start, 2 or 3 emails once again about the replenishment reminders. And then once you have identified users that are VIPs, VIP criteria could be 3 orders in 90 days, $500 in 90 days, $100 in 3 days or 3 weeks or something like that. It depends on your business requirement, but whoever is considered a VIP, give them specific invitations to make them feel better about themselves, to make them feel better about their relationship with you, to make them feel valued. Because at the end of the day, retaining and renewing a customer is at least 1/5 of the cost than acquiring a new customer. So treating those customers as if they are the be all and end all of your existence, and letting them know that you feel that way, is what you do in the VIP flash sale, invite only sales. 60 days have passed, you have not received a repeat order. At this stage, you could run a win back flow. The win back flow would primarily be to win back customers or even non-customers, where after about 60 days of joining your list, they have not placed an order, or after 60 days of placing the first order, they have not placed a second order. Then you bring re-engagement by helping them get a better deal, a customer only deal, some specific invites to webinars that you might be hosting, some training on how to take care of your skin, how to style themselves, how to design their home, depending on what products you're selling. You could invite them to exclusive events where you provide this training, and in the training offer them specific deals to buy products at a better price. So that's your win back / re-engagement flow. Now, assuming that all of this has happened, and after about 190 to 180 days, they have stopped engaging with your brand. They have stopped opening your emails for whatever the reason may be. People drop off, the interest drop off, because at the end of the day, while for you the brand is important, for the customers, they deal with multiple brands at the same time. At this stage, there are specifically 2 email flows that you do. One, outside of your email account, like Klaviyo, because if they have not opened an email, there are 2 possibilities. Emails either landing in spam, in which case the sending the re-engagement flow from the same service is not going to make a difference, or they are just not interested. They have just been getting the emails, but they have not opened those emails. In which case, you reach them using something called a G Suite engagement, where we connect your Klaviyo account with your Google account, and anyone that has been a customer and has not engaged in 90 days gets a personal email from the founder of the company using your Google account. So this looks like a personal email, one-on-one basis, saying, hey, you're important to us. I'm the CEO of the business, and I'm reaching out to you by myself to make sure that everything is in order and that we have your business and we still have you as a customer. So that's your Google Suite when the customers are not engaging. For others, you can do re-engagement welcome flows using third-party accounts. Like you can use MailChimp, you can use SendGrid, you can use a third-party service to basically re-engage those users. So there are a number of other flows. Back in stock flow can be, I mean, I'll talk about the flows later this week, but these are typically the most important flows when it comes to a customer journey. So overall, there are, I think this number is duplicated. This is 15th flow. So about 15 flows. These typically are part of your post-purchase flow, but in general, you can convert them into the way you want. Ideally, these should be based on the customer journey, and these are the flows. So to recap, welcome flow, that's one. Back in stock flow, that's second. Your weekly newsletter, third. Cart abandonment, fourth. Browse abandonment, fifth. Post purchase can be divided into multiple parts, but pre-arrival sequence, user generated content, cross sell, and brand ambassador. So four distinct parts over a 20 to 30-day period is your post purchase flow. And then replenishment reminders, that's one flow. Flash sales, VIP specific, that's a campaign, so you don't have to worry about it. Win back flow for customers versus non-customers, two more flows. Re-engagement flow, again, we can call it sunset or we can call it re-engagement. Either way, you send them 2 to 3 emails so that they can then and offer them to basically click or come back to you before you change and you end up essentially re-engaging them in some other way. So those are typically the flows. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes here and quickly show you a few examples of this post-purchase flow specifically that I'm referring to, so that we get a sense of what we are trying to do here. Now let's imagine that a user placed an order. Now in our experience, what we've seen is at that stage the customers are most open to giving you feedback. And why is it important? Feedback is important for discovering messages that you may not have covered as far as marketing is concerned. Feedback is important to discover problems that may have prevented them from buying, so you could eliminate those problems with other people. So the couple of questions we ask at the post-purchase survey, we ask questions like, how did you find us? So if they discovered you from a specific channel, if you start to see patterns and this was a channel that you were not spending a lot of time or energy on, you might want to consider that channel. So that's one question. How did you find us? Two, which other competitors are you considering or did you consider? That would help you evaluate the markets. That would help you position your brand. That would help you price your products right. That would help you basically convert people that have visited your site a number of times and have not purchased. Probably they're going to the same competition if you start to see those patterns. So which were the other competitors that you considered? What made you buy from us? This will give them this will give you a good value point that you could probably then highlight for other people that have not yet bought from you. And then what nearly prevented you from buying? Now remember this. When they have just made a purchase, they are more keen to talk to you. They're more keen to give you feedback. And if at that stage you offer them something like you could get a discount for $100 on your purchase today, or you could get your entire purchase refunded, or you tell them $25 or 25% off your next order for taking the survey. Either of those three options would work extremely well, and you would get these four answers. These four are the only questions that you need to ask at the post-purchase level. So once you do that, you are now automatically collecting some extremely valuable data for the next stage of your buyer behavior. Now, another offer that you could do instead of a survey. So there are two parts that you see here. This win a full refund in exchange for a survey or get dollars in exchange for a survey are both same. Third option, in order to increase your customer lifetime value / average order value, you send them an email saying, hey, in the next 3 hours only, if you buy this product, you'll get a 30% off, no shipping fee, and we will ship it with the existing product. Majority of people will want to place an order. Ideally, this product that you're offering here should be priced at or about 30% of the value of the original order. This way, they will be more inclined to add an additional item to their order, thereby increasing your average order value. We have seen about 30% conversion rate on these emails. So make sure that you do this on a post-purchase flow. Then comes your thank you, confirmation, and support options. This is what I was referring to when I said the moment they have purchased, these 3 or 4 emails are your pre-arrival sequence. You want to make sure that they know that they can get support, they know how to get that support, and that you are in general respecting the decision to buy from you. Second, brand value affirmation. This is where you make an association with helping them visualize their situation, their condition after using a product. So use those visuals, use that language, how their life would change by using a product, what benefits can they expect. So it's more of brand value association with them. So you are essentially aligning your brand values with their aspirations. So they feel connected to your brand and are now excited and looking forward to getting the product. Remember, the buyer's remorse has still not completely ended because we still have the issue of credit cards. They've paid the money and they're still waiting. So at this stage, third element is UGC and testimonials from other customers who have given you video testimonials, any other testimonials, send an email. And you can classify this based on the product that you've received. So for the top 3 or 5 products in your catalog, you can send these emails. And when they see social proof, when they see others are satisfied, there are 3 things that have happened. They have loved the company because you're providing support. They have aligned with the company. They know that the company aligns with their values, and they know that others are in the same boat. And then you, of course, offer product benefits, hardcore specific product that they've bought, what the benefits are, what they can expect. Because now the crescendo, it's reaching the stage, crescendo status. This shipment is about to arrive. Whatever they have ordered is about to come. So now the moment delivery is confirmed, send them a confirmation email, remind a product benefits email once again saying, hey, by the way, in case you forgot, here are the benefits, ordering experience feedback, request them for UGC, request them for a review. This is your, the UGC and testimonial request. Once this is done, you bring them into post-purchase cross-sell / upsell sequence. So now at this stage, you're going to take the value articles from your blog, offer value, building a foundation for cross-selling products. So the value content that you're going to deliver here should be relevant to some other products that you have that you want to pitch in the next email. And this is where you offer the first discount to cross-sell or upsell. So now the product, you have essentially got them excited about the prospects of getting more value. And then you're offering a discount. So this is a double whammy now. You're offering twice the benefit and reminder to use the discount, one more day to use the discount for upsell or cross-sell. So this is exclusively for customers only. This is called a discount ladder. And they would end up, we again see 20 to 25% conversion on these emails. Last few hours, and then wait for 3 more days. And then you could increase the discount, 1 more day for the discount, last few hours, loyalty rewards program, and then ongoing newsletters and campaigns. So this is in a nutshell, a post-purchase flow. So I hope that this was of value, and I think that this can be, used for a lot of, automations and value add into email automations. If you have questions, if you want the downloads for these, if you want step-by-step instructions, I'm more than happy to provide that. Just let me know in the comments below, and I will take it from there. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.